is American sports, baby. We don't like the fucking call. We're complaining at it.
Hey, how about those Knicks?
How about those Knicks?
Hey, how about those Knicks?
Hey, how about those Knicks, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of TKW Weekly. You know the vibes every Monday, 9 a.m. You know where to find us. Today we had 4 quarters for you as always. In the first quarter, we swished or dished on whether the Josh Hart trade was a good one. In the second quarter, we discussed Julius Randle and his discussion with the referees. In the third quarter, we tapped into the TKW community. As always, if you're not a member of the community, join it, like right now or right after the show. But we took a question on, Cam and him being gone and RJ and Grimes and their inconsistency and being untouchable and just that whole conversation around that. And in the fourth quarter, as always, we had a game, sounded out, should be quite entertaining. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the show.
All right, folks, time for the first quarter. You know what that means? It's swish or dish time. And today, this is a post-trade deadline edition of TKW Weekly. So we got to start with really the bigger news, right? The Knicks traded for Josh Hart. Cam Reddish, the era is over in New York. He's now gone, along with some other miscellaneous parts. A protected first-round pick. Looks like it's something in the teens. How do you feel about the Josh Hart addition and kind of the overall trade deadline and what the Knicks did or even didn't do?
All right, so first of all, I'm going to switch. I think it was a successful trade deadline. All right, I'm going to draw the line right there, and I'm going to back it up with my reasoning right now. Going into this trade deadline, right, you look at what's available around the landscape of the NBA. There's nothing really that was going to move the needle in such a way that it was worth making a big splash, right? I think the majority of the fan base kind of agreed in that. So then you take that off the table, what's left, right? Okay, let's, look to bolster the bench a little bit. We've been talking about bench production all of December, much of January, very much so. So that was the big thing, bolstering the bench production. So that's what I was looking to do. You heard names like Grayson Allen out there, Reggie Bullock, and we talk about this all the time. TK Weekly last week, we spoke about a lot of times the trades that get thrown out there, the names that get thrown out there are not done. Right, those are just things that are thrown out there that never end up seeing light. So when you get the news that the Knicks signed Josh Hart, that wasn't talked about at all, right? So like you said, a little surprising for that fact. But then you look at the guy, and he's a Tibbs guy through and through. You know what I mean? His work ethic, his size, his gameplay, the defense, the rebounding. That's Tibbs. Tibbs loves that, right? And I think that this piece is something that absolutely bolsters our bench. And so I think absolutely. Definitely was a successful trade deadline for that reason. It bolstered our bench, and I think it gives us a little bit more depth.
Yeah, so very, very funny because I'm always the guy who's like, oh, move the fucking picks. Just move the pick, get the guy. And then I remember, I almost rolled my own eyes at myself because my first reaction to it was like, we gave up a first-round pick for maybe 15 minutes of Josh Hart off the bench. I was like, I don't know that I love this. And then I had to stew on it just very briefly because I was like, it's not that serious. It's a protected pick. I don't love it, maybe the value, but I was like, I'm not going to get caught up about the value. And only one pick went out, and I know that they're probably going to they're probably going to use him. So I agree. He's a Tibbs guy. I don't know how much that makes the case for this being a win, considering everybody wants Tibbs out. But I like Josh Hart in a vacuum. I thought with this fit, it was a little weird. I didn't know if his strengths this season anyway were going to really help us. He's not shooting well. I know that he defends and he rebounds, and those are good things. And especially if we're going to have a tighter rotation, and this figures to now be a playoff rotation as the Nets continue to plummet and bow out. It's not bad. And I ended up, coming around the next morning. I was over it. I liked it. It's fine. I saw the Jalen Brunson stuff. He's excited about it. We got another good teammate. The chemistry is going to be better. So I'm all in. It's fine. The only thing about the trade deadline I didn't like, and this is not going where people think it's going. I'm not going to make some big. Where's the Donovan Mitchell trade thing? Okay. I just would like to have seen Obi get moved again. I don't want to belabor this point because we know he's just going to be stuck here glued to the bench for his 10 to 12 minutes a game or whatever he's going to get. I just wanted to rip the Band-Aid off, man. I just wanted to go see what you can get for him because I just feel like we're going to get to a point now this summer whatever, and his value is going to be even lower, having not played really much through the end of the year. And now we're going to do that thing where we do that a lot with our young guys, where we just don't let them go for anything, and then we don't capitalize on any potential value they might have had, even though we know that we had no future plans for them, right? So at some point, you got to just cut your losses for both parties, for OB and yourself, and just see what you can get for him. If you can get maybe a late first, somebody still interested in him, cool. But I don't know what value he has because he's not actually seriously trying to be moved. The same shit we did, we did last year. Are you fucking kidding me?
Listen,
we're gonna go back. You want to go backwards?
This guy,
everybody complained.
Came out at a post-game presser and said, Johnny Bryan had a conversation with me and I had to look myself in the mirror and say, do I want to play with a teammate that, has got a bad attitude and has this bad body language and all these antics on the court? And, I'm going to really start taking accountability and what were you doing last night in the freaking, in the Philly game? Complaining to the refs nonstop. What are you doing? Just
Danny, can I just stop you there for 1 second?
Stop.
Let's say I'm just going to paint the picture for you, right? It's a random Tuesday night. Pull up League Pass. You're watching like Cavs versus Wolves, right? You're watching 10 minutes of game action. How many times in those 10 minutes of game action are you going to see any random group of players, any name you can throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably is going to complain to the ref.
For how long? That's the thing. Is it a quick 10 seconds? Or are you spending 2 minutes running down back and forth on the court, jawing at the ref the whole time, and then as soon as the clock stops, you go right over and keep going?
LeBron had an Emmy award-winning performance pitching to the refs.
LeBron.
Danny, this is the NBA. In every sport, they complain to the ref. In the NFL, they complain to the refs. In the NBA, they complain to the refs. In soccer, they complain to the refs. In baseball, they spit at the refs, kick dirt at them. I mean, this is American sports, baby. We don't like the fucking call. We're complaining at it. If you're playing good basketball, generally, that's all that I care about. Scream at the refs. And guess what, Danny? Are you on the ref's side or are you on the Knicks side? Because all year I heard about how the refs hate the Knicks. Every time I log on to Twitter, the refs hate the Knicks. Then they got it out for us that RJ Barrett's got to get stabbed to get a call. That voice was me. I make that was my own tweet that I'm making fun of. But the point is, we all say these things every night that the refs stink. These guys are getting abused. Nobody's making the call. Julius is out there going, hey, you guys stink. You're not making the call. They're like, hey, don't talk like that. Only we could talk like that on Twitter. You can't say it when you're playing the game. He's playing well. He's angry. Who gives a fuck? He's a guy who's always angry. He runs on anger.
And I'm okay
as a fellow anger problems man myself, I can relate. Go scream at the refs, man. As long as you're doing your job and you're playing good ball. I don't care. When you're playing like shit. When you're playing like shit and then yelling at the refs, now we got a problem. If you're playing great ball and you're yelling at the refs, it seems to me you're just doing what we want you to do. You're voicing our concerns to the referees. And to me, as a fan, wouldn't you want that? Wouldn't you want the players clearly bringing...
To a degree. Like you said, to a degree. I feel like, listen, there's a line and he's consistently redlining that line, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's nitpicking, Danny. It's nitpicking. It's nitpicking.
I don't like the nitpick. I don't want to be a nitpicker, but listen...
You are now. Today you are.
I feel it's a warranted pick at the Knicks. All right, that's what I'm doing.
Like when you're on an NBA court and you're hunted for a mismatch, right? And I've learned in my 2 weeks of being a father so far that my daughter hunts me out. I'm food, bro. I am the mismatch. She hunts me out for the poop diapers. Only me hunts me out. Only when I hold this little girl does she poop. I've never seen something like this. I don't know what I did to her already. I just met her. I don't even know her. You know what I mean? And she's over here hunting me out.
I got some words of wisdom for you here. 2 things, right? I want you to, the next time you know that it happens, don't react, right? Finish the bottle, hand her back to your wife and say, listen, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. Your wife will then smell it and then have to change it. Watch how you're positioning the baby. You might be holding her where she's like sitting in a position that's like, you know what I mean, helping it along.
I have no words of wisdom.
All right, it's time for the third quarter, folks. You know what that means. If you're in the TKW community, we will always be plucking some of your tweets, your thoughts, your rants, and sliding them into this here show so we can talk about it a little bit, you know? So today's topic for a discussion comes from at I'm Darnell _J So Darrell here said, "Yo, Cam is gone. We wish him the best. Can we deal with our team and inefficiency of RJ and Grimes, who are untouchable to the organization and the fan base?" Lot to unpack there. So first of all, condolences, deuces. The Cam Reddish era is officially over. I don't know what to really say or make of the RJ discourse these days. I'm sort of waiting and seeing what RJ is going to do. Normally, he bounces back to some degree. He'll have a hot stretch, and we feel more better about it. But I can see that it hasn't been as what we hoped for RJ this year for varying reasons, and I can see that he's had some trouble at times. It seems like getting back on the horse, especially if he misses times or a brief spell, something like that. RJ, but Sean, please. You give me your thoughts, I guess, on that pair and RJ in general this year.
The conversation has just gotten really annoying. I'm at the point now where I don't really engage in the conversation anymore. I can tweet, "Oh man, like nice step back by Jalen Brunson," and somebody will reply, "Oh well, RJ sucks. It's year 4. He's supposed to take a leap. You thought he was good," and I'm just like, okay, like that's my new thing is I'm leaving you with your understanding of the situation. Like personally, I understand how development works, and I understand that with development comes inconsistency. And of course, you want guys to be more consistent. My main issue is I want RJ to be more consistent on the defensive end. And it's funny because this conversation about RJ and consistency was nowhere to be found when RJ played well for 20 straight games. Nobody wanted to talk about, because every time RJ, that's my thing with the RJ conversation. Like, if you want to have it, let's really have it. Like, they only want to have one side of the conversation, and they want to take victory laps when he struggles. Because for me, players that I root for, I'm going to root for you. And if you're struggling, especially from shooting, I don't kill guys for struggling with their shot. It's painful. It kills me. But I don't kill guys for it. And so if you're struggling, I'm going to hope that you stop struggling soon. We need to, what are we going to do about his inefficiency? What do you want me to do?
General tone kind of goes back into even like when fans are watching the games, and I'm watching it on Twitter, right? And I'm seeing how people are reacting. And it's the same people that expect the Knicks to be ahead to start the game, go wire to wire to win the game, and not even allow a run from the other team. And then as soon as they start to score a little bit of points, you're like, there they go. Classic Knicks. The other team's scoring points. We're going to blow the fucking game. We're going to lose. And it's like, guys, you have to watch an NBA game before to know that, like, we're not going to make all of our shots the whole game, and the other team isn't going to miss all their shots the whole game. In the same way, individual players are not going to. Yeah, we would love if every single game RJ shot 8 of 16, 50% right on the line. No ifs, ands, or buts, right? You love if Quentin Grimes came in and hit 60% of his threes. No ifs, ands, or buts. But guess what, buddy? That's not how it happens. One game he's going to go 7 of 8 from 3. One game he's going to go 4 of 8 from 3, and one game he's going to go 1 of 8 from 3, because that's how the NBA works.
We see it. We talk about it all the time. I was talking to Sean on Knicks on One the other day. Plug for Nick TK Dub on One. Spaces every day after the game, 1:00 p.m. But we were talking about like the micro and macro, right? Like Knicks fans analyze the game in a micro, where every single game they are super critical of every single play and every single action, and that's cool. That's analyzing the game. But to just harp on those negatives nonstop every single game, it doesn't do anybody any good.
All right, guys, this is the fourth quarter. You know what that means is game time. And if you're Danny, that means you get a chance at redemption for your bubble ring that you won when I was not on. So the serious business is about to begin, as you got the A team back, and we mean business, because me and Sean are not losing to Danny. Not now. Not next week, not ever. So let's get on with it. Ryan's got a new game for us today. It's a sounded out game, which he knows that I'm awful at. So we have a rigged system in place, but I will try to persevere and overcome. So with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to it. It's the Knicks sounded out. Oh boy. Chris Childs?
Oh,
that's
nice.
correct.
Nice.
Just want to.
Oh, that's fine.
That's what's up.
If I got that wrong, I would have had to take it down and burn it. So it's a good thing I don't have to take it down and burn it.
That's what's up.
So give me my points. Let's go to the next one. The arrow is killing me. Who is
Yeah,
that?
I don't know who that kid is.
Is that Jack Black on the left?
Mark Jackson.
Correct.
Oh my God, good one.
Oh.
That was good.
I shouldn't have gave. I gave it a clue accidentally.
I knew it was Jack Black. I was just like, what does this mean?
that was good.
That was a good one.
Okay,
That
good.
was cool.
Good. That was good.
Next one.
What? What? The fuck? I have an NFL answer, but that can't be right.
Bill, shoulders.
Is that Stephon Diggs? Stephon, and then
That's gotta be. No,
It's not Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Marbury.
it can.
Correct. Sean
Good
has
job.
it.
Stephon Diggs.
Good looks, Kyle.
he was digging though. But Burry.
He was very.
That was good.
Stephon.
Damn.
Oh, that was.
I gotta get on
that was a
freaking
really
board.
good one, actually.
I need to like mute you guys while I'm thinking.
All right, let's get on with this.
Kyle's giving all the clues. Don't mute.
I gotta stop talking out loud. I'm trying to like work through it. All right, so do the next one. Yeah, Danny won't get this one. It's okay.
What's his freaking name?
Who the hell is this dude? Like,
I thought it was the guy from Shark Tank. Mr. Wonderful.
I'm just gonna say that I do not know. I'm just gonna formally pass. You've lost me here, my friend. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Can we confirm that is the guy from Shark Tank?
It's not the guy from Shark Tank.
Oh shit!
I know who this guy is, but I cannot name him right now.
I don't even know.
Well,
who
no,
he is.
I know who the guy is. That's not it. I just can't. I don't want to help you because it's an obvious clue. I just don't know the other two.
I can put the other two together. I just don't know.
I got it. I don't.
Good.
I rescind my
No, you're
formal
good.
pass. That, sir, is Al Harrington.
Correct. Wow. We have a
That,
2-2
how did you guys
game
not know
going to the
Al?
final
How did you
one.
guys not know Al Troutwig? I mean, really, hand in your MSG cards.
Nah, I wanted to call him
It doesn't.
Marv.
Why didn't? I'm
Like,
surprised. man.
There was like
I just
three
couldn't say it
different
out
ones.
loud when you guys were struggling because I was going to give away yet another clue and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, if you gave me Al, I would have got it because I had time.
The score is 2-2, and I don't have a tiebreaker, so unfortunately, Danny, you're going to have to sit this one out to ensure that we have a winner.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ryan, could you just double check how many points Danny has for me?
He has 0, but he has still
You
have
can
a belt from
actually-
last week. So
It's still zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, maybe next week, Danny. You know, maybe you want me to sit out next week again?
How can I like get better at these
Eliminated.
games?
I don't know how else to help you at this point other than like be better. You know, maybe you don't want it badly enough. Maybe you gotta want it more badly.
Dude, I'm like coming up with like a second clue, and you're already announcing what the answer is. Like
You either got it or you don't, my friend.
quick, man. You're quick, dude.
All right, let's me and Sean final round here. Let's get on
Watch
with
I
it.
get this one. Watch I get this
Here we
one.
go. Langston Galloway.
incorrect.
Damn.
Ooh,
I saw where you went with that. That was good.
Yeah, I just honestly, I just like let it out quick.
Of course I know. Damn it, I hate you.
Wait, I think I know.
You can answer again.
Because okay, I can answer again. Is it Landry Fields?
It is correct.
Let's go.
Kyle, would you like to yell at me?
And you didn't get that one?
land. How explain the second clue to me because that's where you lost.
That's a
me. I
reef.
got land.
It's a reef.
Reef.
All right. I begrudgingly accept. Yeah, I understood. I got land and yields, but I couldn't put the middle together. And I was like, what is water, ocean, H2O? Is this an Allen? Am I missing an Allen Houston angle? And then I got fumbled. I didn't know what the second clue was. So that's on me. I lost.
Back to familiar territory, the winner's circle yet again.
Right.
As I look around,
schedule one-on-one time with you to like work on these games.
First, I'd like to thank Ryan for coming up with a great game that was challenging, yet not too challenging because I was able to rise to this challenge. I would like to thank my parents. First, I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank everybody in the office. I'd like to thank my
credit. This is too much.